Sorry about the audio quality. My phone is busted. Only left channel on the speaker works, so it's not your computer or phone issue. It's my phone. Anyway, this time I'm gonna use a KD CAN cable to connect to the computer, and it needs to be checked if it's configured correctly. The next thing, go to Inpa. Make sure that there is black dots here. Now, okay, bit of extra information. If you want to do the default coding, you need to make sure the module has the same VIN number as your car has. So my model is E60, so I click either E60 or press F6. Then functional jobs. This is in German, but anyway, I need F3. So I will be changing the coding to a default coding. So at the moment, if I hit auto, the air conditioning doesn't turn on, and you can actually see the blower speed here. Otherwise, you can just regulate yourself. Anyway, in order to default code a module, you need to find out if it has the same VIN number as your car has. So most of the modules to raise the same VIN number, but as you can see, there is a bit of Y's and zeros here, but it because I changed from CCC to mask. Haven't finished that anyway. So this is IHKA or Klima. Sometimes, well, it's German, it's Klima. So number is the same, so it's good. We can do the default coding. For default coding, let's just say I need NCS expert tool. Click file, load profile, manipulation. I will probably change the name, haven't done it yet. Start, chases, F3, and then E60. Now you can either click it, you can use the arrows to highlight it, and then either hit OK or double click on your selection. Double click and then choose CAS. Now it's gonna load the FA or vehicle order. Then go back. Actually changed the wrong setting. Anyway, I'll show you how to just swap between the settings, right? That's even better. Now you need process ECU. Then you go to IHKA. You learn as you go. So in here it says Klima, but in NCS expert it actually says IHKA, IHKA. Hit OK, and then see it says SG coherent. So for a default, how to code the module to the default settings. So load profile, default reset. If you have a couple of profiles, RevTors for example, or something that says factory settings or something like that, in German it will be export modus. This is the default reset module. It's basically translates something like a factory settings. Usual. So I go to default reset, hit OK. Alright, changes. Okay, so process ECU and change to IHKA again. Now we have here as default reset on a profile name, profile, yeah, and job name SG coherent. That's the one you need anyway. So don't change anything, just execute job. What the coding faulty? I think it's because the Inpa is open. Hold on, do you want to quit? Yes. Execute job. Yes. It was because the Inpa was open. Okay. I just wanted to show you because there's two different names in programs. Anyway, so it says coding ended, and upon I'll reset for a second, you could see it. Now, if I hit auto, see what happens. The air conditioning turns on by itself. And there is no indication around the dial. So this is normally, if your car is like this is from the factory. So you can switch it off and you can adjust it manually, right? So from the factory you have settings like this. If you hit auto, the air conditioning will come on, but there's nothing around here. So how to fix that? Since the ignition is on but the engine is off, now you need to change the profiles again from default reset. I'll just lower the blower speed to manipulation profile. Hit OK, then process ECU, go back to IHKA. Now see, it says SG coherent, but still if you press F4 read ECU, it will read the ECU. It's not gonna code it because it's manipulation profile and actually says read ECU. Doesn't matter of this. Of course you can be double check on this as coder.in lesson, and then hit ECU, then close the netto.file. Now once you do that, go to NCS dummy. There will be advanced coding courses available sometime later on. I had a computer problem and there was a big issue with it. Anyway, it's too big, so minimize the window a little bit. Like I said in my previous video, this is the file that you need to find in order to code the IHKA. So it's on the list here. Change it to E60. Wait until it loads, then choose the module. Now you can scroll it down or just type on a keyboard the first letter, but then you have to change it either way. We're just gonna search it much faster. So we need IHKA E60.co9 and then hit browse. Then see here, it opens the work folder. Now you actually need a TRC file, fsw psw.trc. Now I'm using NCS dummy, but you are more than welcome to use any other tools. It's just I like this better because it's already translated and it looks better than the PM coding tool. So anyway, see here, once you change it to that module, you can change these settings. If by any chance it doesn't happen, for example, I choose C8, you won't be able to change anything here because the module and the software version that you selected would match the one that has in the car. So just change this back to this and it's already here. Anyway, there's a lot of options here. You will learn as you go. You can change a lot of options in here, but what we actually need is oh yeah, one good thing, if you have an older like E60 and you want to replace the viscous fan, viscous fan, you know, from the belt fed to electric one, you would need to disable it. So usually it's enabled here, but then you need to disable it. Anyway, we are going down and looking for settings. I can't remember now. A blower speed indication on knob in automatic mode, say by default. Since I default reset the module, this is another lesson, how to make backup. So I haven't changed any settings, but I want to change this setting. So, but in case of something happens, I can revert it. In order to do that, choose this option, export trace file. Then let's say if I go to a folder, just trace backup files, and this is original file, so I'll just rename it as regional or factory. That's okay. I'll know what it is. So click save. Now once you do that, it will export the file and trace backup. So that's IHKA. And it will actually say here what kind of module it is and what kind of version it is. And I wrote down as original, so I know it's original file. If something goes wrong, something doesn't work as it should, I can revert it without default resetting the module. Anyway, I need to enable this, and also there was something about air conditioning. Yes, air conditioning compressor not automatically on in automatic mode. See, in German, if I click it here, this is the option. You would have to find it in BM coding tool and change the line, or you can do it manually. But I strongly suggest that you use NCS dummy, much easier. Now, enable this. There's some other programs. For example, if you have Webasto, you want to install it, you can change all that, blah blah blah. But I don't need it. Now, remember, if I hit auto, the air conditioning turns on. There's nothing here. Now, since I done the coding, need to export the data. Okay, I'll show you this. Export man file. Now it means that in work folder there is a man file that has, instead of 0 kilobits, it has actually containing some information. So then using the manipulation profile, change job, because job name here is called coder.lesson, so just read coding data. You need to change it to SG coderen, which will code the data to the module, and then you'll see all good, zoomed in right. Hit execute job, you will see the panel reset itself. You can see you can hear the flaps working, but anyway, it says here coding ended. And then whenever you hit auto, air conditioning doesn't come on, and you can actually see the blower actual speed. Okay, so this concludes the two-part video of how to configure IHKA and install BM standard tools. Also the coding bit, but a bit extended as I wanted to, because you need to know this. Oh yes, whenever you finish with coding, close the NCS. Now there's two options you can do it. You need to empty the man file, or you can close NCS and it will say the trace manipulation file is not empty. It is recommended to empty this file after coding. Do you want to empty the file? Yes. And that's it. Well done. You done your first coding.